You ain't bad.
See,
You
come
ain't bad.
I'll go around, Kitty.
I'm so dang strung out. All I got is these.
I mean, we don't get paid.
No pay.
We work.
We don't even get to play with the friggin' toys.
We don't. We work 23 and a half hours each day for little snot-nosed bastards to play with little janky toys to
You know what, they
snap
all
and break and to
fault.
cry to mama.
The best thing that ever happened was when I made friends with Peter. The best thing that ever happened is this day. Ain't that right, Petey?
Yeah, bro, I mean, Santa was like,
Peter, tell the story. Go ahead.
all right, so, you know, I used to be a big tree out in,
Peter, sorry.
I used to be a big tree downtown, remember?
Times
Remember
Square?
that? Remember? Oh, no!
It's all right, Peter. So anyway, Peter, go ahead.
I used to be a big tree downtown.
Peter, come on.
Santa came downtown, and he just stood there for like a good hour and a half, staring at me from the bottom of my base, you know, because I was a tall tree.
Where, Peter?
So anyway, it got late, it got dark outside, you know, people was leaving from downtown and stuff, and Santa was still standing out there. Fat son of a...
Peter.
He was standing out there.
Keep this rated Peter.
He was standing out there, and then he disappeared. He disappeared, but I felt something climbing up my trunk, you know what I'm saying? I
He's
felt
surprisingly nimble.
Yeah, he was like that.
Anyway, he was climbing up my trunk, and I knew it. And then I heard this sound. It was like this. It was like, zh, 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 zh. You know that sound?
Yeah.
I thought at first people was down there playing some of that rap music, you know? The rap music that the kids be listening to.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was jamming to it, you know, I was rocking. And then I rocked a little too hard and I fell, right?
You fell.
The fat devil, that's what I call him because he was wearing red and he's fat. So the fat devil, he falls from the tree and he like, gotcha. And he put me in the bag and then he put the little plastic shit on the bottom of my foot and decorated me with these little crappy, tacky looking ornaments and this little paperclip star shit and left me on the table. And then that's when I met Earl.
That's right. That's when we became friends.
Yeah, that's when we became friends. You know, me and Earl are so close that he talks when I talk.
That's right. I talk when you talk.
Yeah, we know. We know. It's just as rough.
It's almost like I talk for you.
Wanna know what Santa to
What Santa did you, babe?
me? You wanna know what happened to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, me. I'm the head elf.
You're the head
Okay,
elf.
yeah.
You've got the big ears.
Yeah.
Head elf.
Thank you. And okay, so last Christmas, you know, and we had to get all the toys out and the stock, and we had to meet our quota, right?
I'll meet that fucking quota.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you remember when I came back in, right, after the night was over,
Yeah.
and it looked like I might have fell into like some black mud or something.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. Santa. No, I need to stand up and tell everybody this.
Go ahead.
Santa. He came in there, and I was working there on the conveyor belt, right? And he came up behind me, and he just sort of sauntered like this. And he came up behind me, and he put his hand right on my shoulder. He looked down at me. He said, "Out to the shed." So I went out there. And I go out to the shed. And Santa, you know, he's magical, right? He's just got to hold his nose. He can go wherever he wants, up your chimney. Doesn't matter. He'll be there. And he goes out. He's instantly in the shed. He grabs a stocking. Like this one. And we had an excess amount of coal.
Oh no.
Yeah, we had an excess amount of coal that year.
No.
And Santa, he's sitting there. He's like, "You didn't meet your quota, Ralph. You didn't meet your quota." And I'm like, "Santa, I'm working 23 and a half hours. Everybody is. For the love of God, come on." And the whole time he's looking at me in my eyes, sprinkling coal into the stocking. And he took it, he tied it in off the end, and he swung it around, and well, that's why with the marks, and I came in crying, and I wet myself, That's what he did.
No, Ralph, he didn't.
Just that, Ralph.
No.
That's what happened.
You sniffed coal with Santa?
But you know what happened with me?
What happened?
Santa. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Santa is just like, he's like, okay, well, I'm the only girl up around, so, and Mrs.
Now.
Claus, right, well, because Mrs. Claus, he had to get a new Mrs. Claus because he got, mad, and now the police can't find her, and I can't find her, and you can't find her, no one can find Mrs. Claus, so now she's not Mrs. Claus anymore.
I didn't really look. I didn't really look.
She makes it Well, anyway, so I was just, working. It was the hour of 22.7.
Yeah.
I was working on my 7,000th extra sketch, for the day. Because, we gotta get the quota. Gotta get the quota.
Quota.
She always says you gotta get the quota. So, I'm just working on my edge sketch. And he's like, alright, you're gonna make cookies now. I was like, okay, I'll go make cookies. I'll go make cookies.
Sure.
Yeah, well, I go to make the cookies. I go into the kitchen. I'm gonna make the cookies because, he's got to keep the Santa shape. And I was like, well, Mrs. Claus isn't here, so, I gotta make the cookies. I'll make the cookies. So I go in and I'm gonna make the cookies. That's not what he meant by making the cookies. He didn't mean make cookies.
You made cookies?
Yeah, I can wait to get it.
Hold on, from the sounds of it, it sounds like y'all both did have some good times with Santa.
Oh, shit.
Do you,
Oh,